Hey girlfriends, welcome to Sister Girl Second Act. My name is Sheila, for those of you who don't know me, and here we celebrate the lives of women through great recipes, stories, self-care tips, and then I usually end with an affirmation. However, lately I have been on a cinnamon roll kick and I have just been getting right into the cooking, and today is no exception. Except today we will not be having cinnamon rolls, we'll be having cheesy rolls. And for dinner, I've made my version of a Tuscany chicken soup that goes perfect with these cheesy rolls. And, well, you'll see. So get ready, get your stuff, and let's go. Okay, let's start off with this Tuscany chicken soup. I got my oil I'm putting into the pan. This should last enough for about a couple of days because, as I said, it's just me. So I'm trying to make enough today to last for a couple of days to take for lunch and also maybe dinner. But I know that I don't want to spend my week cooking. So I try to get everything done on Sunday if I can. Here's what I'm putting in there. My onions, my garlic, some carrots. Put them in there. And I'll go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients. So they've been sitting out for a little while, hanging out in the pot. And I'm going to go, you see the circle that I'm making? I'm about to put the chicken in there that I have seasoned and have marinated. So put that in there. And this doesn't need to cook like right away because I'm going to be adding my broth to it as well. So I'll go ahead and do that. Add a little bit more seasoning in it. I got some lemon pepper I'm putting on the vegetables. I got a little bit of Goya seasoning. I have some, what is this? Basil. Red pepper flakes, some smoked paprika, and a little bit of sazon. I'm going to go ahead now and add my broth. And I'm going to put the whole carton in there. This is about 32 ounces. So I will just put all this in there. Most of the time I like to use the little packets of bouillon powder or something like that. But since I'm making enough for the week, I need a larger amount of broth. So this will do it for me. Get that out the way, bring it up to a higher temperature, and stir it up. And now I'm going to go ahead and let this hang out for a while until it comes to a boil. And then we'll be right back. Okay, so it's come to a boil now, and I'm going to go ahead and add some white beans to the mix. I'm also going to add some kale. I'll let this cook down, and then I'll just thicken it up just a little bit. But it smells so good. when it's all together, we'll come back and take a look. I found some pasta sauce in my fridge, so I'm going to add some of that in there just to give it a little bit more color. That looks so pretty. And then I made a slurry of cornstarch, and I took some of the broth and put it together, and I'm going to go ahead and add that just to thicken it up just a smidgen. And let it come back up to a boil. This looks so pretty. You got your little chunks of chicken in there, your carrots, and again I used what I have in my pantry and refrigerator. So I bring this back up to a boil. I'm sorry. I will bring this up to a boil, and then I will put it in a bowl and let you see it. So now I got to get ready and work on my cheese rolls that I'm making. You know, last week I made the maple bacon cinnamon rolls. This week I'm making cheese rolls, and it will go wonderfully with this Tuscany chicken soup. And it's such a dreary day outside, it's perfect. Okay, so got my dough right here, and instead of sweet and savory, or just sweet, today I'm just doing savory, which is I'm going to be making cheese rolls. You can't call them cheese cinnamon rolls because there's no cinnamon in them. However, they're still going to be good. And like I said, I like to, you know, play around with a variety of flavors or fillings to see which ones go over well. So first I'm up here rolling out my dough. And if you want the ingredients or the know-how to do this dough, you can check my previous videos, but I usually use the same recipe every time I baked bread. So we're rolling them out just like this. And you want to make it into the shape of a rectangle if you can. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take some butter and just spread it all over the dough like this. Usually you'll see me layering the sugar, the cinnamon, and all that goodness. But today it's going with my soup. So I want a savory type of roll. So that's why I've chosen cheese. And I have some sharp cheddar that I'm going to be using. I have a little basil that I can put on here as well with the cheese. Let me see if I can find that. I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle a little bit on it like this. Now I have my cheese, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the cheese, this is chopped cheddar that I'm using. Now the one thing about the cheese, I'm always careful where I buy it from. I don't like when I'm reading the ingredients that there's cellulose in my cheese. That's why I like to buy block cheeses instead of shredded cheese. But if I do come across, and I have, from the organic grocery store, that's where I get my cheese from. Now this, I get it from Sprouts Market, and that's an organic store. But you have to look at the ingredients. And in the ingredients, you'll see there isn't any cellulose in there. It contains milk. And what it has instead is potato starch. And that's what you want to look for. I don't know if you can see this or not in your ingredients. If you see cellulose, put it back. You know what cellulose is, right? That plastic stuff. You don't want that in your food. It's just, That turned me off when I started looking as far as ingredients in the shredded cheeses. And I refuse to buy them now. So if I do, I get it from an organic market that I know doesn't use cellulose in their ingredients for cheese. All right, so now we've got the cheese layered. And I'm going to go ahead and do what I do when it comes to rolling the dough out. Just going to go ahead like this. Roll it up with the seam down. And then cut the ends off like I do, and I save them for the end. Let me get my glass plate. Well, first let me cut them into, let me make the marks on them so where I'm going to cut them at. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And as I said before, you want to plump it up like a flower. See that I have here? And we'll go ahead and put that onto your plate. And we'll go ahead and do this with the rest of the dough. Just cut it down like that. Move this up a little bit so you can see it. And that's what I'm going to do with all of them. Now you can put garlic in here. I was concerned about putting, pieces of garlic in here because I thought it might be kind of too strong. And I don't want it to overpower my roll. So I could put some, maybe like a little bit of garlic powder on there. But I think since this is my first time actually making these, I'm just going to leave it with the cheese. And I'll play around with the recipe later. So I'm staying with what I know. All right, so we have that. We got this in the middle. Go ahead and fill up the rest of the dish. Once we finish these, I'm going to put them back and let these rise. I can hardly wait to see how they come out. And this is a good amount, Go ahead and got 2 more I want to put on here. Like I said, just make sure you proof them up. I got 2 more. one. I got a space for one more. As I said, this is cheddar cheese. You could probably use whatever type of cheese that you like. But I like cheddar cheese. I'm going to take my extra that I had on the ends. Just take them and plump them up like that, because I want to use up all of the dough. So I got that one, and this one looks a little small, so let me go ahead and put it on this one right here. Take this out, and I'm going to go ahead, add it to it, and look, there I go. I don't think I need to put any more cheese on this, because I think once it, starts to melt, it's going to really look nice. So I'm going to go ahead, cover these over, let them rise, and then I'll come back and put them in the oven. Okay, they've risen, so I'm going to put them into the oven now for about 35 minutes on 350. And this is what they look like when they came out of the oven. Wow, look at this. Aren't they beautiful? Let me set it up and we'll finish up our show. These came out so good. Look at this. See the cheese inside of it? Oh my goodness. Put some butter on top of that. And take a little bit and dip it in my soup. Oh yeah. Delicious. Chicken. This Tuscany chicken soup. Oh my goodness. With some cheesy bread. Look at this. Melted butter. Oh my goodness. This is great. I can't wait. Wow. And that will be it for today. I'm hungry. I'm going to try this out. I hope you try out this recipe too. And until next time, stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.